So today we are going to be reviewing week 5 auctions on ungraded.com. We're going to be looking at the cards, working out what sort of grade we think the cards will get, obviously using their software they use, which looks incredible. And then we'll be seeing what sort of prices they will go for to see what you could potentially buy the raw version of the card for. So let's get into it. We are going to start by looking at this, guys. This is a wicked card. So this is the Mewtwo EX. This isn't a 10. This is definitely not a 10. I'm going to go 8 at worst. Oh, yeah, I think we're looking at an 8. So realistically, apparently an 8 is £35. Let's look at my boy. Now, I was kind of looking at this card earlier, and I did notice one thing about it that I want to check, and I think the centering is off. That was my main concern when I looked at this card, okay? If you do not get a 10, there is no point grading this card. Realistically, that's crazy. Look at that. £81 raw, a 9, 87. There is 0 point grading the card if it's not going to get a 10. You see, I feel like this could be a 9, you know? I feel like this could be a 9, so I think the current price it is up at, that's what your bid will be. I would be paying 80 to 90 for this card to own it. You could grade it with a punt at getting a 10, but for me, this is looking like a 9. So yeah, the Charizard, I'm gonna say 9, and 80 to 90 pound is the sort of value I'd go on that one. I'm not gonna worry about that one. I want to look at the Muck Legendary Hollow. These are Legendary Collection. This is reverse hollows, and oh my god, that is the wickedest. Have you guys ever seen a print line like this on a card? Is it a print? Yeah, look at that. It looks terrible with the way that photo looked like a black line, but it's not. It's a join in the print, isn't it? Look, can you see it? Pretty substantial scratching down there as well. I actually think I'm already going down to an 8 with this, to be fair. You're looking at something like this. So really, let's call it £50 once it's graded. So bid wise, you'd be willing to go anywhere up to about £30 on this card when you put fees on top and stuff like that. So I'm calling this a 7 and willing to pay up to about £30 for the card. That's where I'm at on this card, guys. Let's check out the base set 2 Charizard. Sorry, I do apologise. Now then. Okay, £112 is the raw value. 7 is 185. So this is a card that's worth grading even if you get a 7, basically. Man, look at that. If you get a 10, £6.5 grand in a 10. Sheesh. So there is scratching in the hollow, unfortunately. Is there any heavy scratching in the actual part of the card? The card has got dirt on it, so it needs cleaning. I'm at a 7 max on this as it stands. Yeah, I'm wet. Yeah, for me this is a 7, guys. Okay, so 7 on the Charizard. They reckon around 185 quid. So you would be willing, I would say, to go anyway, because you wouldn't get any up charges or anything depending on who you grade with. Like, we're basing this on grading with PSA. That's what these prices will be based on anyway. Including fees, you'd want to pay anywhere up to 140, maybe 150, and then you're going to grade the card and kind of get it back for what it's potentially worth there. Depends if you want to add value. But yes, I'm calling this a grade 7, max 150, but less if you can. Right, let's look at some other cards. So we got, there is a Hitmonchan here, but I kind of want to look at this Charizard. I want to jump. Ooh. But anyway, yes, looking at this, guys, this is a 6 at best. So yeah, I'm going to call this one getting a 5 to 6 on the grade if you were to grade it. So prices, you want to be paying anything up to £100 really for this base set card. Maybe a little bit more if you really want to get it for your collection because you know what you're exactly going to get. But yeah, that's what I'm calling. Oh, mate. We got some... Oh, mate! No way! There's some sick cards coming up soon. Let's have a look at Raging Bolt, actually. I'm interested to go. Let's have a look at a modern because this is a £61 card ungraded. And again, unless you get a 10, 0 point grading this card. So let's see if this is going to get a 10. No, I think this looks like a 9 to me. You've got this dot in the corner. No, don't get me wrong. PSA will let stuff like this slide and it could get a 10. I feel like you're going to get a 9, which is actually less than ungraded. So this is looking like with fees, you'd be paying anything up to the ungraded price of £60 really, because I do not feel that you could maybe go a little bit higher knowing it's like it's clean, But yeah, I'd be comfortable around that sort of ungraded value. Let's look at my boy, this Zard, another Zard. We've got a lot of Zard being sold. Now, just at a quick glance, for me, this looks like a 10 straight off the bat. Definitely a 9. What? No way. Really? 30 quid you can get this card for. Oh, damn. But a 10, 170. Wow. Okay, so I am thinking that this guy's is looking like a 10. And if that's the case, you could bid anything up to 100 quid to win this card, really. I think this is a 10. I think it's very, very good shot of a 10. So yeah, you could go pretty confidently and bid away to your heart's content on this card, all the way up to where you're willing to pay for like the PSA 10 price of 170. So Charizard EX, I think that's going to get a 10, and you could really kind of go ham. The lows are 30 quid basically for the card, but you could go well up and pay way more than that. Some of these reverses can have some interesting values to them, actually. So let's have a look. Now, if we're going by the other ones we've looked at, guys, I wouldn't necessarily say that the quality of them has been perfect. There has been scratching. There is the scratching in this card. It hides itself really well. Like, you could see why other platforms, you just wouldn't know. You'd look at that and go, man, that's well clean. It arrives and you're tilting it in the light, finding the shade and finding scratches in a hollow. There's one right there going up the card. Maybe an 8. So let's have a look. Potion Energy 101. Raw 21 quid. Hit a 10. You are 10xing your money if you hit a 10, which is obviously amazing. So, but this isn't a 10. I don't think this is a 9.5. It's not a 9. Maybe an 8 at a push on this card. I think that's where I'm gonna say 8. So yeah, you could definitely be pushing up towards the £30 mark with including fees to buy this card, with the confidence of grading it and getting yourself an 8. So yes, the reverse hollow Potion Energy from base set 2, I'm calling it an 8 with a premium on it of about £30 to pay. Let's do the Ninetales. I do like my base set stuff, and unfortunately this is not looking the best. A 7 at best, maybe a 6 to be fair. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to go for crazy money. I think if you can get this for a tenner, you're all good there. Okay, here's an interesting one. We've got the Kieran from Twilight Masquerade. £33, and you need a 10 to make it worthwhile grading. Again, unless it's for personal collection. So you're good. Okay, so centering is like on 10 level. That's a 10 for me. I think there's, you'd be grading that thinking you get a 10. Obviously, there's a chance you come back a 9. Nothing's certain when it comes to 10s. But looking at that, I can't see any damage or anything hiding away. It looks like it should get a 10. And if that's the case, it goes for 115. I'd be looking at a 10 and paying anywhere up to like 60, 70, even 80 quid really for the card, with the promise of getting a 10 there. So yeah, nice card. Okay, we've got some more reverse, but let's have a look at this Pikachu. So this is from Cosmic Eclipse, of course, and I thought this was one of the coolest cards when they released it. I am going to call that being a 10. Let's see what price we go for this. So Pikachu 214. Okay, so raw, this is a £30 card raw now, guys. 135 in a 10. But yeah, I think you could buy this Pikachu, aiming to get that 10. It looks very much like it could get it, and you could pay anything from £30 all the way up to like 100, with a 10 selling for well over £130. So yeah, nice card. We got a cool Glaceon. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so the bids are really low at the moment. They really ramp up. £15, but a 10.46. So it's not mad money in grading this card, to be fair. I think it's a 9 straight off the bat, just for the centering. The centering is way too far off. It's actually so clean. It's really clean. I would guarantee myself a 9 minimum and hope for a 10. And as you can see, 9s go for about £20. So to be fair, you could pay anything up to 20 quid for this card and go for a punt of getting a 10. Right, next card up, we're going to do the Mew. We're going to do the Bubblegum Mew. No, okay, so this has got it at 73, which is cool. I think this is a 10. £205 in a 10. So, I think this has got an extremely good chance of a 10. In which case it can go up for sell for £200. So realistically, you could bid anything from the 70, 80 up to 150 quid and still make profit after grading it. Let's look at some. This is a wicked card, Sleepy Tyranitar. Now this is interesting because they have a high starting price. This card is currently going for about 80. See, its raw price is 80 elsewhere. So that's what makes it kind of difficult. However, if this card is a 10, then the £90 is not going to be an issue to pay if you're going to get this back in 10. Let's see if we think this will get a 10. I think it's got a very good chance at 10, in which case that £90 is not a problem. So I'm putting out there, this is going to get 10 if you grade it. So Gyarados, just normal. Oh, it's 4th print. There you go. This is 4th print, 99,000. Let's go. What I will say is I reckon this is a 7 to 8 on the grade. There you go. Let me know what your thoughts are on 4th print now in the comments, guys, and stuff like that. I think it'll be interesting to see what you guys say. Okay, let's get into my Charmander's legendary reverse Hoyle, reverse hollow or foil. She is creased, unfortunately, so that's a 5 max really on this card. Like, so let's say if it was graded, it would be like a 5, yeah. 87, 80, yeah. So really on this card, you're looking to pay anywhere in this. I think you're looking at something like that between those price points, 60 to 80 pound when it's graded. So yeah, anything up to that really. It has got that crease, and look at that though. If you were buying that on another website, you wouldn't even know there's a crease there. So this is yeah, from Stormfront. There is a Charmeleon and a Charizard in this set. They look awesome. I really like them. I need the Charizard from this set. Look at that. How easy all that scratching is to see. Okay, so 23 raw. Grades wise, I think it'd be like 6, 7. It's about rough its raw value if you graded it. So this card you'd be paying anything around the £20 to maybe 25. Right, let's do to be fair, this isn't a massive valuable card. We're gonna do one more card, guys. We are gonna do this Ponytail. We're gonna take a look at this one right here, guys. 1k in a 10. To be fair, look, 9's 200, 20. So this looks like a card. If you can get a good price on this, because as it stands, this is really clean, mate. Okay, so final verdict on the Ponyta. I think this has got a shot of a 9. Worst case an 8, but I really think it's got a shot at a 9. And you could go anything up to a 9's itself at £230. So depends how much profit you want to make. You could be paying 100, 150 for this card. You could try. It might go for less. But this is one that I would actually be interested. I'm very intrigued to see what this ends up selling for, because it's got such a discrepancy between raw value and graded value. So let's see where it ends up going, because yeah, a 9, poof, wicked. So there you go, guys. There is a rundown of the cards that are ending this Sunday, August the 11th on ungraded.com. We've gone through, looked at their potential grades and what sort of money those grades would sell for. So hopefully it gives you an idea on where you're going to be bidding on some of these cards. If you do end up buying these cards, you've used the site or anything like that, or you have thoughts or anything on the cards we've discussed, let me know in the comments down below. I always love to get other people's opinions. Sometimes I miss something, sometimes you spot it. Yeah, let me know. Give me all your thoughts and everything in the comments down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you. Yeah, have a great one. Make sure you check out one of my other videos down here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, stay safe. See you in the next one. Peace.